Success comes in cans, failure in can'ts. Wilfred Peterson. My friends, you can and you should each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That is all we ask. Let's push through these charts. We see stocks and bonds are down. Gold and Bitcoin are up. Down for the day, 0.25%. I'm doing this a little before the market closes, about 12 minutes. But we see 2 days of down movement, down further in the morning, pulling up a little bit in the afternoon, still down just a bit for the day. We, of course, have seen our STC reset for us. What are we waiting for? Waiting to see if things go green on both the candles and the STC to allow us to jump in. What's going with us in an up move? Well, the 2-day is still green, although we have a red down candle painting here after it appears to be bouncing off the 200 exponential moving average. Now, what's up on the weekly? The weekly, again, pairing off some of the up moves over the prior week, not reaching the higher highs yet, but a green candle, a smaller one albeit, but that STC is still moving up, which is good. So we'll wait, watch, and see. If it allows us to jump in, we jump in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yesterday, of course, we jumped into a down move in the morning. Things are moving in the right direction, down 0.87% at this moment. Now, again, weren't super excited about this down move. Why? Well, we take a look at the 2-day. It is still positive and green on the STC. There is a red down candle forming here. We look at where we are on the weekly. And again, things are slowing down there, still green on the STC. So we're going against the two bigger STCs with this, again, down move on the NASDAQ 100. What are we waiting, watching, seeing? Well, we're being very careful, checking it out in the morning and in the afternoon to see if and when we have to pull this. If this bounces back up sharply, it will not surprise me. If it does work, it will surprise me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We are doing this as an experiment. Again, it's not a prime mover, not the kind I would choose to jump into. And don't forget, there are thousands of ETFs and stocks that you can jump into. What you want to do is see them all when you jump into a trade, as many right things going with you as possible. That does up your possibility of success. Now, that's where we are on our two stock ETFs. Let's move away from them. Indexes, of course. Let's move away from them to 20-year U.S. government bonds, and we see things heading down. Now, we haven't seen the STC go from green, which it's been at for a long, long time, to red. We saw it go to red back on the 18th of November and also back on the 14th of November. That resulted in nothing. Things just moved around quickly thereafter and headed up. Maybe things have peaked. Down for the day, 1.11%. Now, where are we on the 2-day? The 2-day is still quite positive on the STC. When we look at where things are on the candle, it is green, but much smaller and lower. So we'll keep an eye on that. What about the weekly? It just started heading up with the STC going green last week and a green up candle the week before and already reaching a higher high and a decent sized candle. So we'll wait, watch, and see if things turn around. Of course, what would be nice would be for the STC to reset for us and then boom up. But of course, where we are on the 200 EMA is we would need to penetrate that in order to be able to jump into an up move because we're still in down move territory. So again, we're in a downtrend when we're below the 200 EMA. So that is where we are on bonds, waiting to see how that shapes up for us. We'll keep moving. Almost said lastly. This used to be the last one we looked at, but we still look at Bitcoin because you asked for it. We go to gold. Where is gold? Gold's above the 200 EMA on the half-day chart, red. We're waiting for this to go to green to hammer up for us. Look at where we are on the 2-day. It is green. Now, we bounced off the 200 EMA, but we started to gain a little bit at the end of the day. Again, went up and pushed down a good bit by the bears, but we will see. We're still green on the STC on the 2-day. and on the weekly too, and pushed above the 200 EMA. So again, keep your powder dry. Let's see if gold will take off again for a nice up move. I can't wait to get into gold. You may have a practice trade coming up soon. Now, lastly, we go to Bitcoin, up for the day 1.37%. Again, still languishing down here after that push down below the 1820 mark to a low of what? 1523. Whew. And here 1517, so that's the lowest. But again, bam, really hammered down. So up a little bit for the day. What does that mean to us? Not much. You can see where we are on this 2-day after the hammer was put down, hoping that we were going to build a floor here around that 1820 mark or so. That did not happen. Where are we on the weekly? Again, same thing. We can see where Bitcoin tried to lay a floor and then dropped below it. When market capitulation finally hits, we'll see it consolidate and start to move up. When will that be? Hell, it might get down to $10 on this. Again, this is a Bitcoin future ETF. The value of Bitcoin's not $10. That's the value of the ETF. And it's not $10 either right now. It ended the day, well, we've not ended the day yet. We're getting awfully close to it. It's around that 1612 mark, something, 1625 mark. So again, nothing to do on Bitcoin at this point except to see how much it's gonna bleed. That's where we are, folks. Thank you again, Patreon members, for all your support. We appreciate your encouragement. We love to hear from you. Everyone, cw@chartingwealth.com. Check out the latest in the driver's seat on Bitcoin and market capitulation. It is available at our YouTube channel. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters. Become a Patreon. What you support tends to stay around.